From the Opubco Studios in Oklahoma City, this is Signing Day 2010. With Jake Trotter, I'm Jenny Carlson. Jake joins us via telephone. Jake, talk a little bit about OU's recruiting class. Already signed, already in, and had a little bit of unexpected movement today.
Yeah, really. Right before everything got going, we got word that Cory Nelson, the linebacker out of Dallas Skyline, might be signing with OU instead of Texas A&M, who he had basically reaffirmed his commitment to last week, but he decided, I guess, over the weekend or maybe earlier this week to sign with OU. And it's just a terrific steal for the Sooners on signing day. You don't see this very often with high-profile guys, but basically it was Texas A&M's, one of their best 2 or 3 recruits. And to lose them to OU, that's a really tough loss for A&M. But for OU, you're talking about a guy that just adds to the depth and talent they have stockpiled at linebacker.
Well, and Nelson coming is a little bit of a salve, or a lot of a salve, for the news that Jarrett Lake was going elsewhere. Was this a pretty good switch for the Sooners?
Yeah, I mean, I think that you trade Nelson for Jarrett Lake. Lake didn't play football last season because of the jinx thing, and Nelson is a guy that a lot of people thought was one of the 10 best linebackers in college football. So, yeah, you would have liked to have had Lake, but, I mean, if you trade Lake for Nelson, I think you did pretty good. And Lake may go on to be a fine player at Arkansas, but in Nelson, you got a guy that can come in and help you right away. Well,
let's talk a little bit more about that. Are there some other guys on defense aside from Cory Nelson that could be instant impact guys out of this recruiting class?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're an OU fan, you really have to be excited about the combination of Nelson and Tony Jefferson, because they're different players a little bit. Nelson's a bigger guy, more of a power linebacker, and Jefferson is more of a safety combo linebacker type. But those guys on the corners of your defense, I mean, you're talking about 2 big-time prospects to anchor that defense for a number of years. And I think both players, will get some time on special teams. And I think especially Jefferson has a chance to come in and work his way into the rotation right away. You're looking at the cornerstones of that defense. And I think you also look at Genio Grissom. I think he was overshadowed a little bit, the defensive end out of Hutchinson, Kansas, because Jackson Jeffcoat, the #1 defensive end in the country, committed to Texas last week. But Grissom was a really nice get for the Sooners a couple weeks ago. LSU really wanted him. Kansas wanted him as well. But for OU to get him, that's another big-time defensive end that they've landed.
Let's talk about the other side of the ball on offense. Talk about some of this star power that it looks like the Sooners have snagged in this year's recruiting class.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how many of their skill guys get on the field this season. But when you look going forward, they really did a great job getting some guys who you think are going to be high impact over the next 4 years. Blake Bell, some people think is one of the best 2 or 3 quarterbacks in the country. I look for him to redshirt, but, man, when he gets going and learns a little bit more about playing the position of quarterback with his natural ability, he has the chance to be the next great Sooner quarterback. And then you got 2 running backs in Brennan Clay and Roy Finch. Roy Finch really reminds me of kind of a Quentin Griffin or Kendall Hunter type. Tough between the tackles, but he can go the distance, and at 5'8" is very difficult to bring down. And then Brennan Clay is more of a DeMarco Murray clone, can go out in the slot, catch the ball out of the backfield. He's a guy I think they're going to try to utilize as early as next season. Maybe put him in the backfield for one play and then line him up at wide out and see what he can do out there. Those 3 guys, Bell, Finch, and Clay, I think will be guys that will look back 3 years from now and say, wow, those were really nice signees for OU.
All right. Thanks, Jake. Stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoma.